So the best way to sum up Manchester by the Sea is if you combine all like the depressing aspects of 2016 and you cram it into one movie and you make that movie damn near flawless, you get Manchester by the Sea. So this is a film directed by Kenneth Lonergan. It's also written by Kenneth Lonergan, and it stars Casey Affleck, Michelle Williams, Lucas Hedges, and it's essentially the story of this this janitor, and he's got like a really bad life. He has a really dark past, which you'll find out later on in the movie what it is. I won't spoil it for you in this review, but he has got a really dark past, and he's a janitor, and he's depressed. He's living alone, and he gets a call. His brother's died, and so he needs to go to his brother's funeral and take care of his brother's son. It turns out that he needs to be the legal guardian for his brother's son, his nephew, played by Lucas Hedges. And Casey Affleck in this movie gives, in my opinion, the best performance of 2016. He definitely should win Best Actor. I feel like there's so much depth to his character, and although you don't really see much through dialogue, yes, Casey Affleck gets a lot of dialogue, and we will get into dialogue later on in the review, I do feel that a lot of it is due to his facial expressions, how he conveys emotion through facial expressions. But the dialogue that he is given, which, like I said, I'll get into later, is magnificent. Also, Michelle Williams, I feel like she's definitely a contender for Best Supporting Actress. I think she was brilliant in this movie, especially this one scene, which I think only a few actors can pull off. Now, this is a scene that, if you've seen in the movie, you'll know exactly what I mean. It's very hard to pull off. It requires a lot from the actors, and it was amazingly well executed. Also in this movie is Lucas Hedges, who I think was absolutely amazing. He definitely reminds me of like a young Matt Damon, sort of like, you know, from the Good Will Hunting and stuff like that. Definitely has a lot of things that remind me of Matt Damon. But like I said in my intro, this is an incredibly depressing film. It's like, it sucks like all the hope and all like the joy out of you, and you're just sitting there and you're like, why the hell am I watching this? But the reason you are watching it, and the reason you love it so much, or at least the reason I loved it so much, is how incredibly real the movie feels. Now, this is definitely due to the writing and directing by Kenneth Lonergan. If you don't know who that is, he wrote Gangs of New York. That's probably his most famous work. I thought Gangs of New York was a very well written film. It's a Martin Scorsese film. If you haven't seen that, please check it out. It's very good. But here I think he makes his best film. This is one of the most well written films I've ever seen. And the reason for that is how real this film feels, and how genuine and how authentic and how raw it is. The best thing about this film is that when I was watching it, I genuinely feel like I was sort of looking at these people's lives from like a God's eye view. I felt like I was sort of eavesdropping on their conversations, these real people, not actors, not characters, real, genuine people. And that's not easy to do, that's not easy to pull off. And because of the script that feels so smooth and feels so real, they pull it off. But like I said, the performances in this film really do contribute to making it what it is, which is essentially, in my opinion, one of the best films of 2016. Obviously, I didn't see it in 2016. If I did see this film in 2016, it would definitely have been on my best of the year list. It would have been very high on my list. And as for flaws, the only sort of flaw I would have with this film is how depressing it is. Like, this is definitely not for everyone. This is extremely, extremely real. There's nothing sort of Hollywoodized. There's nothing that feels like theatrical. Everything that happens in this film feels like something that some real person would do. It doesn't feel like, you know, Hollywood, like I was saying. So that might not be for everyone. You know, if you're looking for a movie that, you know, you want to watch and it's like a big spectacle and you want to sort of escape into this world, that's not what you're going to get with this movie. What you're going to get with this film is a real feeling film, something that you don't see every day. And because it's so incredibly depressing, I can't see this film being very rewatchable. But to be honest, that isn't really a problem to me, but maybe to some people. But I love this film so much because of how genuine it feels and the amazing performances, and that is why I give Manchester by the Sea an A+. I feel like this is one of the sort of best picture nominees that people aren't talking about enough, because you know people are always talking about La La Land and Moonlight and Arrival and Hell or High Water, Hacksaw Ridge. People need to watch this more, and they need to see this, because this is, in my opinion, one of the best Picture nominees that I've reviewed so far. This definitely has a chance to win, although I don't think it will. This is a brilliant film, and if you guys haven't checked it out yet, please check it out. It's amazing, and I don't think that you're gonna dislike it. I think you're gonna very much like it. Maybe, you know, the realism of it might sort of draw away from your enjoyment of the film, but it definitely didn't do that for me, which is obviously why I gave it the score that I gave it. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching, and stay tuned for my Moonlight video, which I will be filming like right after this. I'll release it a couple days later. But, you know, thank you very much for watching, guys. Thank you.